Hello, YouTube. This is Tyson from TVEnthusiast, and I am joined today by my partner in crime at TVE, William Roerich.
Hello.
And today we are going to be discussing a scene from Season 7, Episode 1 of Game of Thrones, titled Dragonstone. Today we're going to be talking just about the scene with Arya Stark and the Freys.
Oh, and what a scene. This actually opens the episode. So this is the very first scene of the episode.
It's one of the rare cold opens of the whole series. They don't do cold opens very often.
Generally not. No, you're right. So it's interesting. So right there from the jump, you see them doing a cold open. You know something's up. What's also interesting about this is the scene involves Walder Frey. They do the montage of what happened, last time on Game of Thrones, where we last left up to get viewers up to speed. Typical show montages. Why I bring this up, why I even mention it, is because the last scene of the montage in previous episodes is the scene from the season finale last year of Arya slitting Walder Frey's throat. And that's significant because we transition from that reminder to a very much alive Walder Frey talking to his family, holding a second banquet. And you could probably suggest this is a flashback. This is, what was happening. It's not a flashback because this clearly takes place after his death. So you're kind of... Yeah, so you're kind of entering this new season scratching your head a bit, not knowing exactly what the hell's happening, which is a good feeling when you're starting a new season of Game of Thrones. Just a big what the fuck.
Walder welcomes his whole family to the dinner. He calls them brave men and stuff. They do a cheers. Everybody drinks. Walder doesn't. Walder stops his wife from drinking as well. Saying that he doesn't want to waste alcohol on silly girls. So everyone's drinking the alcohol, and then he's like, oh, you're brave men, that took out the Starks, and everyone's cheering, and then he says, yes, so brave that you, slid out the baby from a mother's stomach, that you killed a mother of 5 by slitting her throat, and that you ignored guest rights, and murdered people that you had offered bread and water to, which is like a big no-no in Westeros, apparently.
So basically, Walder Frey's giving out these compliments, but they start sounding more and more like backhanded compliments, more and more sarcastic. And so right there is suspicious.
The Freys in attendance start kind of like going from cheering and laughing to kind of just like silence.
Yeah.
He's saying these things because oh, this isn't good, And then we end up seeing some of the Freys there start hawking up blood and falling over. And Walder's smiling while continuing to talk to them and saying that, they attacked the Starks, but they didn't wipe them all out. And he says, I believe was it, by leaving a single wolf, the sheep are not safe. And
yeah, pretty much.
Walder Frey pulls off his face. It's Arya. It's not Walder Frey at all. Using her faceless man abilities to take over Walder's body or his position and trick everybody into drinking poison. She has just wiped out House Frey entirely.
So we see in the scene that Arya didn't stop at just killing Walder Frey. She took out his own house. I mean, come on, this cemented Arya as a stone cold badass, not a person to be messed with at all.
This is probably the biggest power move anybody's done in the entire series.
Pretty much. I don't think anybody's like that.
Like, there should be songs written about this. This is like the Rains of Castamere Part 2.
Yeah, this is pretty much
Tywin Lannister wiped out a whole house. Well, now Arya's done it.
Yeah. Well, Tywin Lannister didn't even manage to wipe out a whole house. They're still
he did. He wiped out the Rains of Castamere. That's what that song is about. This isn't right. In the show.
Yeah, okay.
They only talk about it a little bit.
Oh yeah, nope. You're right. That was Lord. That was before the show. Okay, I was thinking within the show, on the show. Okay.
Arya has basically made the play of the series so far as like a power play, and this is our opening scene. So interestingly enough, this was not originally planned to be the cold open. It was originally going to be a later point of the episode.
Okay, it makes more sense. They usually don't do such grand, shocking things at the beginning of an episode. This is kind of atypical of Game of Thrones.
But they said that the reason they ended up using it as a cold open is David Bradley, who plays Walder Frey. It was his performance, like that transition from Walder Frey to Arya and his performance before he took off his face is what convinced them. Oh, this needs to be our cold open for the season.
Oh, nice.
Like you said, they haven't done many cold opens. I can only think of two offhand. Right. 2 cold opens they've done before this. One being when Tywin was melting down ice, the Starks family sword, the Valyrian steel, to make the 2 other swords. And the other one was in the pilot, in the first episode. We had the scene with the White Walkers and the Night's Watch. Like the 3 people from the Night's Watch being wiped out by the White Walkers. Like that was a cold open.
Right. Justice for the Red Wedding. People have been waiting a long time for this. You know?
The North remembers, as Arya tells the remaining people that are alive there, which is a serving girl and Walder's young wife. She tells her, tell them when people come that the North remembers, and winter has come for House Frey. Badass.
Indeed it has.
This is our favorite scene from the episode. This is what we're going to be doing for now on for our video impressions of Game of Thrones. Before, we used to do our full impressions, and it would be like an hour-long thing. But now we're going to be just kind of focusing in on one scene, our favorite scene from the episode, as a video. And then we're going to carry on the rest of the discussion of what happened in the episode in our podcast. So you can watch that. It's all the episodes of our podcast are available on our website right now. And our next podcast, where we will be talking about this episode, should be up by early on Friday. Like I'm talking midnight, 1 a.m., somewhere around there on Friday. We record late on Thursday night, so it's usually up around then. So until then, everybody, Valor Margolis.
Valor Margolis. Good night.